I've seen science fiction movies that were not that convincing with the world building. The visuals, man, the visuals. This looks like they really went all out. Probably one of my favorite music videos that I've seen in a long while. It just really shows how much quality K-pop can bring. I could listen to him explain me math in Korean. I wouldn't care what he's talking about. I just love his voice so much. Alrighty mighty, hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or in case you're new here, welcome in. Hi, my name is Landy. I am a big BTS fan, and today I am finally going to be seeing and hearing My Universe for the first time, which is the collaboration of Coldplay and BTS, which honestly is like such a legendary combination. I kind of somewhat grew up with Coldplay. I wouldn't say I've been like a huge fan of theirs. That was kind of like the mainstream music that always played as I was growing up, and then BTS for the past couple of years has been like my #1 thing, so that is pretty damn amazing. And why has such a huge BTS fan not heard the song yet so far and not seen a music video? I know, such a bad fan. I actually have been studying for the topic test, which is the test of proficiency in Korean, and I am currently in university studying Korean, and the test was a couple of days ago and I have been studying like crazy. Like, there's been a couple of things, for example Squid Game, which I have not yet seen, and for example the BTS comeback, which I have just kind of like put to the side, and I was like, this is gonna be my reward. I am going to keep that as a motivation for me to keep studying, because I knew it would just distract me too much if I were to consume it before the topic test. So I was like, this is gonna be my reward, and it's finally time to, you know, get that reward for myself. So without further ado, let us jump in. I'm so excited. Okie dokie, so here we are, and actually the first frame is already spoiling me, which doesn't really matter because since it's called My Universe, and because I'm not blind, like I've been doing my best to stay completely spoiler free, but there was no way to get around the planets, because even before the thing dropped, they had already been hinting planets very strongly. Even before we even knew about the entire Coldplay thing, their last online concert, which I watched with my mom, also had like planets all over them. Microcosmos, they've been doing planets for so long that a song called My Universe could not have planets in them. And as for the sound, I always like to quickly do a little bit of an expectation section before I jump into the song and get very surprised. But in this case, I think I have a rather good idea of what this might sound like, just because while BTS is very versatile, I don't want to say that Coldplay isn't versatile, but we have to see that this is a collaboration between Coldplay and BTS, which is kind of targeted at the American or Western market, I would say. So I'm definitely going to be expecting, just because Coldplay, for like their radio hits, I kind of from Coldplay always expect something on the softer side. I don't want to say super poppy, but I do expect this to be super poppy. So very shortly, I expect this to be very radio friendly and pop, like just straight up pop. That's what I'm expecting. And I hope there's gonna be some Korean in there. I think there will be. I think I read it somewhere before it dropped that people said that it will have some Korean in there. I don't know for sure. And without further ado, I would say let's just jump in and see what this is all about. I'm so excited. Did I already say that? I think I mentioned that before. Oh, okay. We're getting lore here. I was very much not expecting that. Once upon a time, many years from now, music is forbidden across the spheres. Oh wow, all right. That's a concept. On 3 different planets, 3 different bands defy the ban. 3? Who's the 3rd? Probably producers? DJ? I'm not even gonna attempt it. He knows his name. On her alien radio ship unites them via holoband. All the while they are hunted by the silencers. No, we're getting full-on lore. I think BTS has never done lore that in your face before. Like, BTS music videos have always been full of concepts and lore, and there's been so much story in them, but they were always like, you kind of had to hunt for it. It was never that straight in your face. That's pretty cool. I'm very excited. All the colors. Oh, I know, I'm like, we're 10 seconds into the song part of it, but I just have to say, the visuals, man, the visuals, they're really serving. I'm loving this already. I just love music videos that really go all out, and this looks like they really went all out. The styling as well.
There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes. 매일 밤 내게 날아가. 꿈이란 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며.
I am loving how this goes together. I was just about to say something on Chris Martin's voice, which I'm sorry, Jungkook, you just have to go to the side for a second here. I quickly want to mention that Chris Martin has such a nice voice, and I think I've never really acknowledged that straight out, just because for me, it's always been like one of those voices. I don't think I would recognize it anywhere because it's just this kind of perfect radio voice that kind of fits so well that you never even question where it's coming from. But it's a very nice voice. And I love how when Jungkook just came in, it suited so well that, like, I feel like if you wouldn't know, I would not question whether these two were in the same group or not. I would just kind of go ahead and think that they are in the same group. Apart from the Korean. Oh, that was nice. Sweet. I love how they seem to be having so much fun, and I am kind of focusing that on BTS right now because while I appreciate Coldplay, of course, like my eyes are kind of drawn to BTS because you're talking to a BTS stan here. I'm so happy to be seeing them again, and I just love how this works so well with the concept. I think this concept is absolutely genius, having this entire thing of the different planets and them kind of being like holographed into there works so well that, like, even if it wasn't for the pandemic and them not being able to like film together, would make perfect sense to make it that way. That's genius. I sometimes forget how good looking Taeyang is. Wow. And also his voice. I think he's one of the favorite voices that my mom has in BTS. I definitely appreciate his voice a lot as well, but I think like just from singing, my favorite voice would probably be Jimin. So sometimes I just forget how good Taeyang's voice is, and I'm just so happy to be hearing it really integrated in this because sometimes, especially in the recent BTS tracks, he didn't really have the place to shine because they were just too high pitched for him. And I love how this just goes really well with his tone. Ah. Sweet. I think that first, like that kind of little run that he's doing on the first sounds very Coldplay, and I cannot pinpoint it because, as I said, I kind of grew up with Coldplay. I've heard their songs everywhere. I know more songs that I could ever name from Coldplay just because they are not the songs I ever searched up for. They were just always on the radio. But I feel like that first just sounds so Coldplay. If I heard that, I would immediately think Coldplay without knowing that it's a Coldplay song. I just love the styling of the lady here. Can I get her into the shot? That lady, I love the entire styling that they made for her. It's so cool. The visuals of this is so incredible. This might just from like the purely visual standpoint, from me coming from movie school and always being here to appreciate music videos, probably one of my favorite music videos that I've seen in a long while. This is like basically a movie. Now I'm missing rap. I need rap. Okay, I think I wouldn't have realized that it's ginseng. For a second there, I was like, who's that? Sweet, very deep for him, but I'm appreciating the hell out of it. Rap.
다른 세상을 만들어주는 girl 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘 우리는 너를 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓는
I just always have to grin so much when I hear something new from like, I feel like if we're not talking singers here, but just like voices in general, my favorite voices to listen to in BTS, my top 3 will probably be all the rappers. I just love the way that they use their voices so much, and my top is absolutely Suga. I could listen to him all day. Like I could listen to him explain me math in Korean. I wouldn't care what he's talking about. I could listen to him all day. I just love his voice so much. The way that he talks and raps has something so special for me. I just love his technique so much. Perfect. These voices go together so well. Such a radio song. Also, probably for concerts, really fun, like because there's kind of like this little bit of fan chant element in it already. I could watch this video all day. There's so much happening. Look at Harvey. They're having so much fun, and I just love Hoseok in here. Oh, okay, now it's getting really dark in here. Is that the silencers? Run! Okay, but really, the visuals, they really went all out, and I am loving this, especially for K-pop representation, like just globally, because I feel like a lot of people just think that like K-pop to this day is just like funny little Korean songs like Gangnam Style, and I think even Gangnam Style is pretty cool, but I feel like people just kind of have this image of K-pop in their head that it's just like funny little songs, and they don't really think that it has any substance to it. And I feel like a Westerner that doesn't really have an idea what K-pop is about, seeing this video, it just really shows how much quality K-pop can bring, not just on the music side, but also like just from the music videos, like how serious these people take their music videos, which was a big reason of why I got into K-pop in the first place, because these videos, loving them so much. Also, I'm sorry that I'm so deep. I just realized how far down I am. My chair broke. In case you've been wondering where my chair is. It broke, and I'm a little lady, and while I'm not particularly looking for a boyfriend, but I'm looking for a jar opener, an IT service, and someone who fixes my chair, so please apply. The visuals! I'm living for this. This is so cool. This is so high quality. Like, I've seen science fiction movies that were not that convincing with the world building. I am loving it. Okay, why is the ending so cool? I hope that this is in the actual Spotify version / Apple Music version, because I don't have Spotify. That ending is really cool. Ooh. move. Alrighty mighty. Oh wait, I accidentally restarted it. Wow, okay. I'm so glad that I finally was able to watch this, and I'm so glad to see that I think I've actually not been spoiled at all whatsoever. There was no scene in here where I was like, I run across this on Twitter before, so wow, I think I've never done such a good job at staying completely spoiler-free for something that my entire timeline was probably full of. Alright, let's quickly just jump into the big screen for another minute or two. I'm gonna try to make it real short, but let's talk about my thinkings, my thoughts. Me English, no here, just Korean right now. Alrighty, my dear, I'm sorry that this was probably very long. I'm sorry, but there was so much to see in this music video. I just have to say, like, the music video, 10 out of 10, that was so good. As said, I have seen so many science fiction movies that did not live up to this quality standard for their world building. I would have bought this as a movie. This really worked. Visually, so happy with it. Also, I think that this is another example, just like Ice Cream by Blackpink. Let's not talk about this song, let's just talk about the movie, is another example of how a music video that was shot in separate places can really work together, where just the world building is so well, the sets just work together so well, you don't even question that they're in the same place, or in this case they weren't actually in the same place, but it worked out so well that you don't question why they are not. So that was really genius in the way that they worked around the pandemic, as well as loving the visuals, so good. As for the song, it was nice. It was a typical pop song. It was kind of exactly what I expected from this, which is a very radio friendly, very replayable, easily digestible pop song. Is this gonna be my favorite song ever? Definitely not. For me, you guys know I like my songs with a bit of bite. I wasn't expecting this to have a lot of bite, especially because this was with Coldplay, which I don't want to offend any Coldplay fans here. They probably do have a lot of songs with bite in their discography somewhere that will probably not be played on the radio, because let's be honest, the radio just really prefers pop songs. But I do have to say, from Coldplay, I did expect something a bit more tame than what I typically tend to expect from BTS. But I'm happy with this. I think I put it on my playlist. I'm not sure how often I'm gonna be actually listening to it. I feel like the last third, the raps, and also that ending, and I do hope that like the part where it just kind of like was kind of cut up into pieces and kept replaying kind of like in a little bit of a loop. I really like that. I hope that that is actually in the Apple Music version as well, because sometimes music videos have a bit of an extended version that isn't actually in the song, but I would love to have that in there as well because I really enjoyed it. As for the song, perfectly exactly what I expected. Not my favorite, but it definitely works as a pop song and I'm here for it. I love this collaboration. I love how BTS has that talent of really finding people to work with that seem to be very genuine about their collaboration, and from all that I have read from Coldplay, and especially, you know, looking back at how Coldplay went onto the radar for ARMYs, I just love how this collaboration worked out and I'm very happy with it. And I'm glad to have finally seen it, and with that, I will leave you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you had fun. Feel free to check out my socials down below and feel free to watch anything from around here if you're not yet sick of me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye!